jewelry brand owners, if you want to get customers using Google ads, but at the end of the month, you have 0 customers, it's because Google ads have a massive keyword problem. So what do I mean by this? So if you go to look at, for example, any jewelry brand that wants to advertise on Google for a local area, then you would have, for example, typing something like jewelry in Stockholm, right? So they would be competing for jewelry in Stockholm, and a sponsor would appear. So in this case, Akind, right? Now, Akind is a jewelry designer. They're here in Stockholm. If you're in any other local area, you would obviously look at that area. And then you have a bunch of non-sponsored appearances, right? Businesses here, right? You can look for more places and it will basically list out businesses. However, if you look at jewelry in Stockholm and then you just type something else, let's say someone else just types something else, and you, like, for example, here, I didn't even type something else. I just typed the same exact thing. Jewelry in Stockholm, and a completely other sponsored appear. This Cornelia Webb, another jewelry designer, right? But in the sponsored, where's Akind? Nowhere, right? So I just typed in the exact same thing to Google search, and 2 different results appeared. All right. So that is problem number 1. Imagine if you're competing for keywords and someone is typing the exact same thing you are paying for, and because of a Google mess up, your ad just doesn't appear, which is kind of a stupid problem to have, because the only benefit of advertising on Google is that your business appears on the first listing on a search bar. Now, if this isn't bad enough, then take a look at this. Let's actually say someone types in just something else but is looking for the exact same thing, jewelry in Stockholm, right? Let's say someone just types jewelry Stockholm. At that point, Google doesn't even show any sponsors. Google just shows the suggested organic businesses, which is great, right? However, for running paid advertisement, you are paying for this first spot. That, by the way, sometimes Google doesn't give it. Sometimes Google puts your ad here at the last spot, which is annoying. So here you have the exact same search, copy paste, exact same search, but 2 different results. And then here you have just, I would say this is a typo, right? Someone just didn't write in Stockholm, the word in, I-N, and then Google just decided not to put their ad here. There's no ad. There's just the organic ones, which is pretty insane to think about, because this jewelry Stockholm is the exact same search than jewelry in Stockholm. It's the exact same search as the one that shows us this jewelry designer in jewelry Stockholm. But nothing appears. And the same thing here, Stockholm jewelry, right? Is the exact same search. Jewelry in Stockholm is the exact same search as jewelry in Stockholm, which is basically the same as jewelry Stockholm, which is basically the same as Stockholm jewelry. But you have 4 different results here. And that is kind of the problem with Google ads, is that you may be competing for the exact same keywords, but because of Google, not because of you, because of Google, your ad just doesn't show to people who are searching for it. Because honestly, think about it. How many people, first of all, are searching for the exact same thing that you are offering in Google, in your local area? Small amount. Let's say it's a small amount, first of all. Second of all, let's say how many of those people are typing exactly word for word, letter by letter, the caps at the beginning of the word, like everything perfect before they click press. When have you done it? Normally you just start with Stockholm jewelry, whatever, Stockholm jewelry in Stockholm, wedding rings in Stockholm, right? But different things are appearing, right? So Google has this problem that someone might be searching exactly the same thing just with one small little typo, right? And then they just scrape your ad completely. They don't show it. Done. End of story. And that's a problem when you want to rely on Google Ads for getting customers. That's a big problem. Because imagine the number one thing you use to get customers is very unreliable. And on top of that is competing for a very small pool of people. Google Ads is something called search intent, right? So people are actually typing in your offer so that they see your ad at the first thing. So it's a high intent. They are already looking for it. On the other hand, for example, on Meta, on Facebook, is not high intent. It's cold traffic. They didn't search for jewelry, but your jewelry ad appeared in front of them, right? Now, you may say, well, I want only people who really, really want jewelry, and that's completely fine. It's just that, one, it's expensive. Two, very few people. Three, your ad doesn't even show to them when you pay for your ads, right? And let's say 5 people search for your jewelry, for your offer, exact offer in your local area. 5 people a day, obviously. 5 people a day search for your jewelry. Let's say 3 people actually opt in, right? They click on your website, they click on your ad. First of all, if for some miracle Google shows your ad, right? Miracle number 1, Google has to show your ad. And miracle number 2, Google has to show your ad on the first tab, right? On the first thing anyone sees when they type in your offer in your local area is your ad. Second miracle, all right? And then let's say those 2 miracles happen, and then they actually click on your website, they give you their contact info. Well, 100% of the people who click on your website will give you their contact info. That's just how leads work, all right? Even if they are really high intent, 100% high intent, they want your stuff, so 3 of those 5 will give you their contact info. Now, do you think 3 of those 5 that just gave a complete strange business their contact info will actually buy from them? Normally, it's just 1, right? So if you think about it, miracles have to happen for you to get 1 customer from Google. Miracles, one after another, right? And that is if you are pretty good at sales. Now, if you're not great at sales, I don't think you're even closing 1 out of 5, all right? So you would have to have an enormous amount of leads to be able to close 1. And that is, so, for example, what Facebook gives you. So let me show you the difference between Google advertisement, this thing that you type in 1 different thing and you get 100 different results, and none of them is your ad. On the other hand, for example, Facebook, where you have, for example, story ads that you can put right here. The first thing a stranger in your local area will see is a story ad, right, of your jewelry. Second thing that they can see, 2 sponsored ads on the tabs, right? These are tabs. And you have 2 sponsored ones here, right? Now, these are massive because you could put, imagine the first thing that people see is 1, your story ad, 2, your jewelry tab ad or sidebar ad, right? Like the first thing anyone will see is 2 ads of yours. And then let's say they scroll past the first organic content, which is this one, right? Facebook always gives you the first post is an organic content post, but the second is an ad. So look, we'll scroll down from the first, and then we'll see a sponsored. This is an ad, right? So in the first 2 seconds of someone in your local area logging into their Facebook page, seeing their home tab, they will see 1 ad of yours, 2 ads of yours, 3 ads of yours, right? And that's the difference between Meta and Google. Another big difference of Meta and Google is that you will have way more leads on Meta. Way more leads. As in 100 times, not 100%, all right? 100 times the leads that you have on Google. All right. So in Google, you're competing for a small amount of people. You're competing against many other different businesses for those small amount of people. Google doesn't show your ad when someone types in your offer or whatever, like your jewelry in your local area, first of all. And then second of all, if for some miracle you get a large amount of people searching exactly your offer, and all of those people search in exactly the perfect terms so that Google gives them your ad. Miracle number 2. Miracle number 3, all of them click on nothing else but your website, right? Miracle number 4, 5, 6. I mean, they have to, all of them give you their contact info. All of them have to walk then in to your shop. And then all of them have to close. You still get 5 customers. 9 miracles would have to happen for you to get 5 customers with Google. On the other hand, with Facebook, you have, I mean, with a relatively good amount of spend, you have 20 leads a day. And this is not like insane amounts of spending, right? 20 leads a day. And by the way, you would say, oh, but the Facebook leads are bad. But it's like, if you think about it, it's a person who logged into their Facebook account in your local area. Good thing number 1. Good thing number 2, they clicked on your ad. Good thing number 3, they saw and read your offer and then decided to say, hey, I really want this. Here is my name, my last name, my email address, and my phone number. Click yes if you want to buy this item. Yes. Would you call that a bad lead? Not in my opinion, right? Yes, it's cold traffic. No, it's not bad leads. If you're a jewelry brand owner and you want to get customers advertising on the internet, to get strangers from the internet to actually walk into your shop, become loyal, repeating customers, then click the link in the description of this video and I'll show you click by click exactly how to do that.